So this is how you actually identify if an area is of value, if there was a correction and then the follow through was full of momentum. It's not about only finding the trade, right? It is also about you knowing how to manage the trade as well, because someone else might have taken a break even out of this position whilst you would have locked in a bit of percentages and made profits regardless of the trade retracing to the upside. As I mentioned when I was starting this video, you just need to focus on what's either the continuations or the pullbacks, because they are the ones that are going to give you where to place your ray line for the double top or the double bottom or whatever. And what did I say? A good value area is when the price has a pullback and then it has a follow through of what? Momentum. Is why did I even win this position? Because I'm trading in line with the market direction, right? With the daily market volume, right? Have your stops, maybe let's say 10 pips, and you've got yourself another beautiful trade, right? Another beautiful trade, and you can clearly see how this would have like been a quick 4% for me. Okay guys, in today's video I'm going to be diving into the basics and fundamentals of how to trade Falcon FX trading, you know the vibes. So I'm going to be going through how basically the market moves, and how I find my value areas, and how I get to my high probability entries. So if you're interested in that, so watch the whole video. And if you're new, I trade Falcon and I also record my trading journey, so do subscribe so that you can catch all of these videos, because I'll be posting how to trade Falcon videos for the next 2 weeks. So if you like that, hit that subscribe button, and also like, share, comment, you know what I'm saying. So with that said, let's get into the video. So man, basically I want you guys to understand, when you are trading Falcon, this is how we're actually going to be looking at how the market moves, right? So the market moves in an impasse, correction, and then impasse, right? So we call this long leg an impasse, and we call this correction or pattern, whatever, and I call it a correction, right? Either the market is gonna do this, or it's just gonna go down and have a pullback and still continue. So we're actually going to focus on these, right? These areas, and then the impasse is usually where the trade happens, now where the profit is gonna be happening and whatever. So I'm just gonna be teaching you guys how to time these and etc, right? The market is just going to be moving like that, guys, right? Like impasse, correction, pullback, impasse, correction, impasse, maybe a pullback, and yeah, so it's the same for the inverse, right? So with that said, don't worry, we're gonna get into the technicals of things, right? And then I also want you guys to know that when you are trading Falcon, you're actually looking for the major reversal areas, right? Let's say this is the daily time frame, okay, and we have our value area right there. We actually look at the market coming back to the value area, and then we have our initial move whereby we look for our trading opportunities in the lower time frames. Okay, pause for a bit, fam. So I just wanted to introduce you to IX, which is a broker that I've been using. This is a very amazing broker with a very amazing platform. So guys, this broker is very good, especially in quick market execution. As you can see right there, it's written, you can see for yourself, and there is no price manipulation in this broker, guys, and there's also transfer slippage, so there's no this thing of off course and whatever. And what I like about this broker is that it is an international brokerage, guys, international broker, and it is regulated with the FSC and also the FSA, you know, guys, all these regulatory bodies, so your money is safe with this broker. And I also wanted to show you guys with the accounts that they offer. They do offer a standard account, raw accounts, pro, and also a demo account. And in the standard accounts, what is amazing is that the minimum deposit is $10, and they do offer leverage 400 to 3,000, and that's huge, man. That's huge. That's one of the biggest leverage I've ever seen from all of the brokers that I've used. And the spreads are from 0.2 pip on this account, and there is 0.0 commission per lot, which is very amazing, guys. As you guys know, I use IX as my preferred broker, and today I just want to introduce you to their affiliate program. As you can see right there, you just earn cash by referring traders to the broker. You know what I'm saying? So currently like on 132, and the links are just there on the left. And then as you continue, this is going to be the matrices, and you just start off as standard, and then you can go to advanced as you hit the tiers and you go up. You know what I'm saying? And then they do also have marketing tools that you can use to promote your side business or your main business if you want it to be main business. But then here's the things: your videos, your gifs, and etc., man, and the logos as well. So that's amazing. And the landing pages as well, you do have that to your disposal. And if you want more about it, you can just go to the question side, and then you just click on the question you want. And if you want to read more about the affiliate program, just click there. All the links are going to be in the description of the video. So if you want to sign up, just click the link, and if you want to register, click the link. So that's it. Just continue with the video. So Falcon is very easy. If you've been trading Falcon, you know this. Falcon is super easy, super easy. Just that you need to understand these fundamentals, right? And it's also the same for the inverse, right? We actually look for the market wave. There's a value area on the daily, and then we actually look at the market to reverse from here to go to the upside, right? And then we use our Falcon experience and entries to enter the trade, right? So that is what we're going to be focusing on the first part of the video. So let's just go to the chart, right? And let me show you what I mean. As I said, the market moves in a sequence of impulse correction. So let's say here we had our pullback, right? Either a pullback or a correction, and then the market falls through with the momentum. So this is how we actually identify if an area is of value. If there was a correction and then the follow through was full of momentum, that's how we define a high value area. So in this scenario, they say this is our value area, right? As I said, we actually look for the price action coming back to our area of value and then reacting from there, right? So I actually like to simplify this as when you're looking for your daily value areas, you just need to be looking for a daily double top or a daily double bottom, right? So in this scenario, a daily double top happened, okay? And then the market did come back to the daily double top, right? If you know your patterns very well, it is simple to understand what a double top is or what a double bottom is, right? So when the market reaches here in Falcon, we usually expect the market to retrace to the downside, right? Give this momentum push to the downside, and then we look for our continuations right there, our entry continuations. And as for entry continuations, I usually look for patterns like this, right? This, I call it the two touch, right? And I've been talking about this for the longest of time. And if you are still behind a bit, you can watch the previous video on how to trade Falcon FX. I've posted it and it got around 20,000 views, and that's big, which means there was a lot of value in that video. So you can go back to it and try to understand this. But then yeah, I usually look for this pattern whereby I enter the market at the second touch with a correct candlestick confirmation, which I usually use the retracement candlestick, right? The either a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing. In this scenario, it will be a bearish engulfing candle, which I just call it the retrace candlestick, right? It's either this or I look for a simple three touch continuations like that, right? And if you're still lacking, you still don't understand which continuations to be taking, I do offer mentorship, and the link is just below. You just click it on Gumroad and then you see what I offer. But then I just offer a full course of mentorship. I teach you everything. I give you the whole Falcon course, even the current videos. I give you the Falcon mechanics. I give you the rewired for those who are interested in psychology as well. I also give the 4-hour, and then I teach you guys step by step, right, how to understand those concepts. As you can see here, we do have our saver, right? We trade together, and yeah, people are killing it, man. So this is the server, and yeah, we just do the most. And yeah, just hit me up for a code, and I'll tell you a lot about it, especially if you want to be a professional and you want to be profitable trading Falcon, because most of you all have been trading Falcon for the longest of time, but then you're still not finding consistency, right? So as I was explaining, we usually look for the double top or the double bottom, and then we look for our downward move. For this example here, you can clearly see that there was a beautiful two touch that happened, right? There was a beautiful two touch continuation that happened there, and if we were to go to the 1 hour time frame, there was an entry right there, right? And then you have your stop loss above, and then you just get yourself a beautiful trade, right? So yeah, so there's also a lot of things to take into consideration when you're trading Falcon, because it is not about only finding the trade, right? It is also about you knowing how to manage the trade as well, because someone else might have taken a break even out of this position whilst you would have locked in a bit of percentages and made profits regardless of the trade retracing to the upside. So when trading Falcon, guys, you need to know how to analyze properly. All right, so that's the first step, and then the second step is you knowing how to get high quality trades, knowing the difference between high quality positions and low quality positions, and that is what I teach on the mentorship, right? And then also knowing how to manage your trade properly, right? So that is also another skill that people need to master as well, right? And then lastly, also you need to fix your psychology, especially for Falcon Direct, because I believe there's different psychological concepts that happen on different strategies. So that this side in Falcon as well, there's also certain things you just need to focus on when you are fixing your psychology just for Falcon alone, right? And I've clearly mastered that because of my profitability. So right, guys, this is just a clear example, right, of how you would go around things, right? But then I just want to go to a recent position that happened, right, and show you how simple Falcon is. So in this example, right, let's say we were trading ADJPY, so we were just analyzing, right? You actually look at the current market price of Falcon, where the price is, and then you look if is price giving me a double top or a double bottom on the daily time frame, right? Just to master it in simple terms, you just have to look at that on the daily time frame alone, right? And if you miss what I said, you can rewind the video and listen to what I just said again, right? You look for where price is either giving a double top or a double bottom, right? So as you can see on the daily time frame, price is much closer to this double top rather than this bottom right there. So we will say that, okay, fine, my value area is going to be a double top. So on the daily time frame, what I usually do is that I actually look for the market direction, right? The market direction overall, where the market is actually going to be heading, right? Where the momentum is going to be, right? Because you want to keep yourself at an advantage when you're trading the strategy, right? Keep putting yourself in where the market makers are going to be taking their long positions, right? By long positions, I just mean they are big positions, because by long, someone might say, I buy whatever, but where the market makers are going to be just taking their big positions. So this is how we get to understand that on the daily time frame, you just need to master this, and you just have your double top. So from the double top, what I usually do, because you see I picked it from this pullback, as I mentioned when I was starting this video, you just need to focus on what's either the continuations or the pullbacks, because they are the ones that are going to give you where to place your ray line for the double top or the double bottom or whatever. And what did I say? A good value area is when the price has a pullback and then it is a follow through of what? Momentum. As you can see with this pullback, what happened? Momentum flew through, right? And then we have our daily value area, which is the daily double top, right? From the daily double top, what I usually do, because I have to have two lines, it's the highest high, which is going to be the daily double top, and then the daily lowest low. So it's going to be from here. So from this area where I started to put my ray line going down, right, to the right, the lowest price action that happened was actually this here. So this is going to be my daily lowest low. So with this, what am I understanding when I'm analyzing the market? I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm looking for the price action to actually reach here, right? It won't reach here most of the time. Sometimes, or maybe it will reject here, but then this is just to understand it's okay, my daily market direction is saying I must go down. And why are we saying that? We want to be at an advantage, because once the market reaches the double top, right, most of the time it's gonna sell, because you can see the market, it did have small pullbacks on the daily, but overall the market is just selling gradually, right? So you have to put yourself in an advantage whereby you take a trade, the high probability thing to happen, the market will sell eventually. So you're just putting yourself in line with the daily momentum, right? Not saying you have this small thing here and then you want to buy this is fine. When you're advanced, you can do that, but then when you're struggling and trying to master Falcon and you've been trading it for a very long time and still you can't find consistency, you need to be trading in line with the daily market direction, right? This is just going to be a free game that I'm gonna tell you guys right now. For me, what I've seen, most of my positions, the one that we usually win, are the ones where I'm in line with the daily market direction, right? Regardless of what happens in the lower time frame, I'm just knowing it's okay. Now I have my daily highest high with the daily double top. It's just happened, and the probable thing is that the market is just gonna sell to the downside. Okay, so if I'm looking at that, it's clear that okay, I'm just looking for sales. So from this now, from the daily thesis, that okay, now I know my daily market direction, I'm looking for a sell, right? So you can then drop the time frames. I usually drop it to the 1 hour time frame, right? Not the 4 hour, right? The 1 hour straight. And what do I actually do on the 1 hour time frame? This is where you actually look for smaller value areas that I usually call the inflation points, right? So it's the same concept again. When you're looking for inflation points, you actually look for the pullbacks or where the price action created a correction, right? So when you're looking at, let's say the price action was here, this is a very strong pullback which had a nice follow through of a momentum, right? So I didn't come here, I draw that, right? As I said, because the market direction is a sell, right? Then I'm looking for the market to go down. What I'm actually going to be looking for is inflation points that are going to give me more reason for me to sell, right? So here you can see a nice inflation points regardless of what the price action is doing. You don't mind that, because others will come here and say no, this is a 1, 2, 3 touch and then look for buys. No guys, no, the market direction is a sell. So what are we doing? We're actually looking for inflation points that are gonna solidify a sell position for us, and in this scenario it is this one right here, right? And then the market, what did the market do? The market started to stall a little bit, and it did have a structure like a 1, 2, 3 kind of reversal pattern, right, and expanding, and then the market went down, right? Because as I said, I'm looking for the market direction to go down, right? It has reacted to this inflation point. Now the market is starting to push through, right? And then I now start to look for my patterns, right, which is the 2 touch that I can identify here. And this is a trade that I took, guys, with the team, right? So this is a 2 touch example, and then I'd have my entry right there, right, and then have my stop loss just a little bit above, and that's it, right? Because I'm taking this now, the market did have the entry criteria, and I'm looking for the push down and then a nice correction there. And yeah, man, I usually look for 1:4, and I got that 1:4, right? I really did get that 1:4, and that was very brilliant. Why did I even win this position? Because I'm trading in line with the market direction, right? With the daily market volume, right? Because when I'm seeing a double top on the daily, which means, what does that mean? The market volume is going to be saying we're going to be going down for sure. If we get that Falcon entry, it means that is confirmation that the market is still gonna go down, right? And then I did get my position, and the market retraced and whatever, right? It did this thing, and then what happened? The market went up here, And as I said, because we're looking for the market direction to go down, right, I'm actually going to be looking for what inflation points that are gonna solidify my thesis that I'm saying the market must go down. And in this scenario, you have this pullback right here, this correction that price action initiated, and you can clearly see after this correction what happened. Momentum followed through, so this is going to be a very nice value area. What happened? The market did come up here, and then it did give a push down, and then there was an entry as well down there, right, on the 15-minute time frame. Because as I said, if you are now trading with the daily market momentum to the downside, you are always going to win most of the time, right, because you are trading with the big boys. You know what I'm saying? So now this is the second trade that happened, right? This is the second position. You can get to see a very nice continuation pattern right there, and this was just a 15-minute two touch, I think. And if you can go to the 5 minutes, you will see it there that this was a very beautiful two touch, right? This is a very beautiful two touch here, and an individual would come here, take your position right there, right, and then have your stops, maybe let's say 10 pips, and you've got yourself another beautiful trade, right? Another beautiful trade. And you can clearly see how this would have like been a quick 4% for me, and if you wish to hold for long, you would have even got yourself 11% plus your funded accounts in one trade, guys. Just understanding how to use the value areas is going to be very important, right? So now let's just look at the current market price with what I've explained, right? Until we've confirmed that the market direction is saying we must sell, right? So what am I actually looking for? I'm looking for value areas that are gonna confirm my sell bias, right? So this is going to be the value area, because here there's nothing, right? The value area that I would have used would have been this one right here, but it didn't commit, right? The price didn't commit. I might maybe there was no trade for me here, right? I don't think there was a trade there, so there was nothing, right? So the next value area is going to be that one. Will I buy here? No, I won't, right? No, I won't buy, because the market direction is a sell, right? You can buy once you've mastered, maybe to do something like this and you just start counter trending. But then I do not like doing that, because most of the time the positions that you're gonna counter trend are gonna not go to your favor. Why? Because the market direction is a sell, right? The whole daily bias we're looking for here is just sells alone. You know what I'm saying? We're just looking for sells throughout, right? So this is a beautiful example. I'm just waiting for the market to come here, and then I'll have a push down, right? Obviously, if you've been trading Falcon, you understand that we trade the push down, and then what happens here, we wait for this to react from the value area, and then once it goes down, we look for a 15-minute flag or 1 hour flag, depending on the type of push down that we actually get. Because even with the continuations, guys, it's not like you just take any, you know, you have specific entries for specific kind of moves, right? And that is what I also teach on the mentorship, which I won't be sharing here because I'm already sharing much free value. And I'd like for you guys just to like the video for the free game, also comment and also subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're new, and if you've been watching my videos for a while, why you not subscribe, man? But yeah, man, this is what I'm saying. There's actually specific type of entries you need to be considering. Not that every time the market rejects you and you are just looking for a 5 minutes or a 15 minute or 1 hour. You know, you need to understand the type of move, and then you apply the correct entry. You know, not just any type of an entry, man. You just come there, the market pushes down, and then now you're scooping a 1 hour flag, you know, or 5 minutes. You know, it usually depends, right? But for me, what I can share is that when the market is moving down, it's extreme momentum, I actually start looking from the 5 minutes, right, to the 15. I don't like trading the 5 minute though, because it is a little bit of a mess, and I'd advise people who are still trying to learn and be consistently profitable trading the Falcon strategy not to engage in the 5 minutes entries, but just focus on at least the 15 minutes and the 1 hour entries, and you are still going to be profitable with those 2 entries. Because for me personally, that is those are the entries that I focus on the most, right? The 15 and the 1 hour. Those ones I've like gotten so many positions, and they've made me like to become the trader that I am today. They've given me the success that I have today. So it's not about having all entry criteria on Falcon, but then just having those that you feel like they are effective for you, and then you back test those entries, right? You back test those entries so that you can have an edge over the market and the confidence, because it is very much crucial, guys, to have confidence when you are trading the Falcon strategy, right? Because most of these entries are usually repeatable, but then if you don't have the confidence, you will hesitate, and then you won't take a winning trade. And then once that trade goes to win, what will happen? Your psychological issues will start to kick in, whereby you will start to force positions just because the position you would have taken but you didn't, because of confidence. Now you are messing up your trading plan. So it is very much crucial to back test your entries, guys, making sure they really work, and then more confidence is going to be added in your portfolio once you start on forward testing, now practicing what you've back tested, and then seeing that, yo, this works for real, man, right? So that is going to be simple video on how I usually trade the Falcon system, but I won't be greedy just to analyze one, but then I'm also going to be analyzing a decade for you guys and also a DCHF, right? So it's another example again, so you can see how price action is, right? So I'm actually looking for any value areas on the left, and I actually see that, okay, the market did create a pullback here, where the market here did actually react, and you can see that from this area, in the market, when it pushed down very good momentum, right? And then my daily lowest low will have to be this one. As I said when we were beginning the video, I look from where I spotted my first touch of the value area, which is a double top going down to the right, which is the lowest price action we have on this range, is actually going to be this. So what am I actually expecting here? I'm expecting the market to come to reach there. So what does that mean? My daily market direction is going to be what? SL. You know what I'm saying? So from that, I just go straight to the watts, to the 1 hour time frame, and then I start looking for the inflation points that give me more confidence. Okay, the market has to go down, right? So what I do here, I'm gonna look for my inflation points right there, right? I have my inflation point there, and what happened? The market came there, and then it started to go down. Because why? Because the market direction is on sell side, guys, right? The market direction is on sell side. So every time I'm going to be going to the 1 hour time frame, I'm going to position myself on a value area where a sell might be prominent. You know, so what happened? The market pushed down, and what is nice about Falcon is that we don't just enter blindly when the market reaches a value area, but we have to wait for confirmation, which is what? Which is the push down, right? Here we did have a push down, but then we didn't get a continuation, but and then it came up for the mini double top, and then eventually it did push through, right? When it pushed through, what happened? It created what? The continuation pattern, which is more confirmation for us Falcon traders that, okay, now the market is where we want it to be, right? And then you can have your trade right there, right? And in this scenario, you would have entered maybe, let's say, with this 1 hour pin bar, have your stop loss a bit above, and you have yourself a beautiful trade, right? And even if you missed this 1 hour setup, there is still an opportunity to answer at the 4 hour, especially once you've mastered the 4 hour mastery that I teach, right? This was a very beautiful retrace that happened over there. You have your stop loss around there, and then you just look for stuff a 1:3. That is what I usually look for when I'm trading the 4 hour structures, right? And then this was just a beautiful setup that was part of what? The market direction, right? And then let's look at what price action is doing right now, right? So what the market is doing now, it's seeking for a value area, right? So as I said, the market direction is a sell, right? So we're going to be looking for value areas or inflation points that are going to solidify a sell for us. In this example, this is going to be a value area that might give us another sell, because the market direction is selling. Regardless of you are seeing this as an up and down, we don't care about that. Us, we only care about what the value areas and inflation points. Okay, so what happened here, the market, we are now actually looking for it to come here, and then I'm going to be looking for the same thing as well, right? I'm just going to be using my bars to give you all guys an example. So I'm looking for this similar thing again. When we come there, I'm gonna be looking for the market to come there, and the market has to push down and then give me my correction or my pattern, my entry pattern that I want. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that is very much important. You know what I'm saying? With that said, right, with that said, I know a lot of you guys might like this video, but then you still seek more information, right, on how to get the value trades and whatever. I do have the mentorship, right? The link is just below the video, right? Advanced Forex trading mentorship, right? This is why you're actually gonna get the Discord community, right? Trading community for 6 months. It's a 6 months membership, right? You get live trading. On the live trading, I show you guys high quality setups, and I also give you guys the market breakdowns. In addition, I'm also going to give you the reward psychology program, the full program, so that you can just learn these things. And I'm also going to help you guys develop a good trading routine that is going to be in line with the way we trade Falcon, and that is going to be in line with you killing it, you know, on a daily basis, right, or on a weekly basis. And then there's also going to be one-on-one coaching, where I'm going to be having one-on-one meetings with you individually. So, and then we talk about these things, you ask your questions, I help you for real, man. And the recorded course as well, the basics, advanced Falcon strategy, and also risk mitigation. So risk mitigation is something that I'm going to teach you guys based on my market experience, right? Because there's a lot of things that Mark teaches us, but then Mark doesn't doesn't put the information outside for us. You just need to find out for yourself, right? And even if you get into the mentorship, it's very expensive, and if you want to speak to a mentor, you have to book a call that you need to be paying for, which is unfair for us in Africa, because most of us in Africa, it's not like we're managed like that. So that is why I introduced this program, like solely for Falcon traders, right? Because as for me, I was luckily I did have those funds to go into Falcon, and I did learn what I learned. But then I just want to show you, joining Falcon straight, we won't make you profitable. You're just gonna get market experience. But with me, I'm going to give you what actually works and what I'm actually doing at the moment. You know, I've tested these things. I'm just gonna give you an open book, the correct entries to use, and everything, man. But basically, that is what I do when I'm analyzing the market. No filter, no nothing. That is what I just do, right? And I just repeat it. And when you are with the team with us, you get to watch my videos analyzing every day until you just master the skill, right? And you start killing it, right? But anyways, guys, if you're enjoying this kind of videos, man, if you're enjoying this kind of videos, like for you to like, comment, share, guys, and subscribe, right? And also do leave to the comment section any video ideas or technical videos you want me to do, you want me to focus on, right? So that I can just keep on doing these technical videos, because it's been a minute since I've made a technical analysis video. And what I've noticed that you guys really love these videos where I just teach you guys, right? And that is what I'm gonna do, and this is how I'm planning to grow my channel as well, by teaching you guys how to trade. Yeah, and yeah, it's gonna be amazing, man. And I'm also not gonna stop with your daily life, but then I'm just gonna like for the next 2 weeks, I just want to focus on technical content. So guys, do share what you guys want me to post about next, right? Technically. So for the next 2 weeks, we're just going to be doing technical concepts about Falcon. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to miss out, just subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. So with that said, guys, I'm going to see you on my next video. It's been good having you guys. See you on the next.